What is up, everyone? We are actually live. Normally, I would make a and it takes so long to upload actual videos here. So, yeah, we're just gonna live stream today, just so we don't have to upload Raptors. This is really big, as I would imagine it's not gonna be Leonard for DeRozan straight up. I would imagine some other pieces will be in the deal, like maybe OG Anunoby or Pascal Siakam or Jakob Poeltl. Maybe one or two of them going to San Antonio with DeMar DeRozan. And even straight up, I think this is a bad deal for Toronto and a good deal for San Antonio. And here's why. Kawhi Leonard has 1 year left on his contract, and the Raptors aren't really the most desirable place to be. They're not a huge market. They're probably not going to make the finals anyway. And I don't really get the move on the standpoint of the Raptors. I don't really understand the Raptors offseason as a whole. Firing Dwayne Casey, where he is now with my Pistons, which I'm not complaining about that. But they fired Dwayne Casey. I would have liked to have seen them trade like maybe Jonas Valanciunas for like the 20th pick or something. I think that could have made sense. And they drafted a player so they could have a talented rookie. They don't have a rookie, which I think isn't great. And I don't think this makes the Raptors a whole lot better. I don't think they're going to have great chemistry starting off. And then they're not going to do much better than they already would, as they're giving up DeMar DeRozan, who's really good. And they're probably going to give up some other young pieces who contributed off the bench last year. So I don't really get this trade for the Raptors. And they're only getting a 1 year rental anyway. Meanwhile, the San Antonio Spurs, I think they're winners here. Greg Popovich is probably only going to stick around for 2 or 3 more years. So the Spurs don't really want to rebuild, and this certainly helps them win now. They're getting a superstar player in DeMar DeRozan. Now, while it seems like DeMar and LeBron are technically almost following each other in a way, as they can't like be inseparable. When LeBron goes to the West, now DeRozan's going to the West, and obviously it seems like DeRozan is very scared of LeBron in the playoffs, and he's very intimidated, which I think is a little bit of a reason of concern. But DeRozan still has 3 years left on his deal, and I think this is a solid fit. He would plug into that shooting guard spot. The Spurs have a talented roster. LaMarcus Aldridge, a young and up-and-coming Deontay Murray. I think they still have Rudy Gay. And they're probably going to get some other pieces, such as an OG Anunoby or a Pascal Siakam or a Jakob Poeltl, who could be great off of their bench. So I think this is a very good deal for the San Antonio Spurs and not a good deal for the Toronto Raptors. A team that people aren't happy with their offseason, it's the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, I didn't think they had a great draft, but I think the Sixers are not doing the wrong thing by not getting Kawhi Leonard, because the Sixers are doing everything right now except for trading Mikal Bridges away. But I think the Sixers should just stick with their crops and make the finals that way. Teams like the Warriors stuck with their crops and they made the finals anyway. Then, once they made the finals, they got Durant and DeMarcus Cousins. But that's once they made the finals. So I don't think Philadelphia is doing a bad thing by not trading for Kawhi Leonard. Now, there's a chance he would stay in Philadelphia, but there's also a chance he would go to LA. And they'll be giving up some valuable pieces like Dario Saric or Robert Covington or maybe even Markelle Fultz, even though they don't want to trade Fultz. So I think the Sixers are winners. I also think the Lakers are winners as well, as they don't have to give up anything. And I don't think Toronto's going to make Kawhi the happiest. I don't think it's a big market, and I don't think they're going to make the finals or anything. So I think that'll make it more likely that Kawhi signs with the Lakers in the offseason. So I think the Lakers, Sixers, and Spurs are all winners, and I think the Raptors are losers. Now with baseball, Manny Machado's sweepstakes are over until October, pretty much, as Manny Machado will likely be traded to the Dodgers. Neither of these trades are official, by the way. It's just I felt like doing this live stream now, just because. But Manny Machado is likely going to be going to the Los Angeles Dodgers in a package including Dodgers' top outfield prospect, Yusniel Diaz. I think that's his name. Now, let's start with the Orioles. I think this is a very good move for the Orioles, as Manny Machado is probably not going to come back anyway, and they get to really rebuild. Before this, they had one of the weakest farm systems in all of baseball, And now they're getting some prospects for Machado. I could still see them maybe trading like an Adam Jones or Zach Britton as well. But I think this is great for Baltimore. They get to start the rebuild that they've been needing to do for so long that they just haven't done. They've been a solid team in the 2010s, but they have not made it to finals or to the World Series. They were, I think, one game away from it in 2014 when they took on the Royals. But either way, I think this is the right move for Baltimore. They're getting young pieces and they can rebuild in a tough AL. Their record is looking like it's going to be historically one of the worst ever, and the Royals are right there with them as well. I don't think this makes the Orioles that much worse because I don't know how you can do worse when you're already doing at this for the Los Angeles Dodgers. This definitely puts them at World Series favorites as they've sort of been finding their strides the past month or two after a very ugly start to the season. Now, the Dodgers have dealt with a lot of injuries. Corey Seager got injured early on, and he's not going to be returning. Justin Turner was injured from the beginning of the year. Clayton Kershaw has been banged up. Cody Bellinger hasn't been playing that well. So, this helps the Dodgers right now, and this is a good move for the Dodgers right now. But does Manny Machado want to stay there? Now, the Dodgers probably have enough money to get Manny Machado, as they're one of the more marketed teams in baseball, and they have more money than most teams do. They're not quite the Yankees when it comes to money, but they're definitely up there. Now, they have Corey Seager at shortstop, and they have Justin Turner at third base. So, I don't know how would they do that. Maybe move Justin Turner to one of the corner outfield spots. If they were to bring back Manny Machado, I'm not entirely sure, but I guess Manny Machado, he is a free agent, so he can return to the Dodgers, and we could see that scenario where Manny Machado or Corey Seager plays third and Justin Turner plays like left field or something. And I think the Dodgers would be very good, very talented, but at the same time, they're using a lot of money, and they're using a lot of money. Now, I think the Manny Machado sweepstakes are definitely going to be there once the offseason starts, as I think it's somewhat likely that Bryce Harper returns to the Nationals. Obviously, it's no guarantee. It's not a lock that he returns to DC. But I think this offseason should be very interesting to see where Manny Machado and Bryce Harper end up, whether it's staying with the Nationals or the Dodgers or wherever Manny Machado gets traded to, even though that's going to end this little mini stream, I guess. Peace. Probably gonna see Brown or Chargers franchise and a Tigers franchise prospect profile on Vaughn Crosby up today. So that's the plan. I'm out. Peace.